Hi there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is Saturday, the 1st of June, 2024. What a week. It's been an interesting week. Busy, busy. A lot of work on my website and a lot of setting up work to come. What do I mean by that? So, for Prague Sheet, I just got back. In fact, yesterday, I do a thing called track by track on the site where people, an artist takes me track by track through their album. And there's a new album from a band called Albion that is headed up by a guy named Joe Parrish James, who I actually interviewed, I believe it was late last year, while he was still a member. He was the guitar player in Jethro Tull. And so he let that go to focus on this band Albion. And we talked about it a little when I talked to him the last time. So he just, in fact, today I got in, I needed a large JPEG of the front cover of the album. And I'll probably put that out Monday, Tuesday. So I got that. I sent out another, I think I have two other track by tracks coming in, one or two. And on Wednesday, I was watching NHK Newsline on the local PBS station, which is news from Japan in English, and they have it mostly Wednesday through Friday at midnight, most days on that channel. And I watched this fascinating feature in there. It was like a 15-minute feature on the anime business in Japan and how the young new animators working for the big studios are getting um, underpaid to such a point that they really can't live on what they're doing, but they don't want to give it up. And also, if they do have to give it up, it's going to really tank the entire anime industry. So solutions must be found. And it was very interesting to see this, and it was put together by this guy named John Ledoux, who is an American who lives in Japan or has lived in Japan for a while now, it seems. And I was fascinated by that, so I decided to look him up Thursday morning. So I found him. I put in John Ledoux and NHK, and I found he's a director and a producer, and he's done other documentary stuff. And so I found a contact for him. I shot him an email saying, "Hey, I just saw you last night on NHK doing this anime thing. Um, would you be interested in doing an interview via email?" And a couple of hours later, he responded, "Yes, let's do it." So I started working on questions, and yesterday I put enough together to send him a nice set of interview questions. And so he's, I'm sure, working on that as we speak. And the way I do with something like that is some of his answers may inspire other questions. And if that's the case, then once I get the replies from him, I'll read through that, and if need be, I'll send him some follow-up questions to round that out. So that's going on. Um, I had a lot of great conversations today. I had a long conversation with my friend Larry. That was great. Nice to catch up. Always, Larry to me is like family. I love him a lot. Last night, fascinating. I had a long, long conversation with some hysterical stories from my dear friend Kat Ironwood. And then I talked for a long time to my friend Ari about a whole bunch of stuff. Um, in the days before that, I had a beautiful conversation with my friend Lori, and a great conversation earlier in the week with my friend Joyce. And I'm sure there's other people in between there that I heard from as well. But a lot of conversation this week. That's always a good thing. And as some of you know, on the 6th, it will be my 64th birthday. And I already got gifts from Ari and my nephew Michael and my nephew Dave. and I thank them all for their generosity. It was lovely. It's touching, really. I know that sounds corny, but it means a lot that people care how you're doing and care that you're here. Do you know what I'm saying? So I found that beautiful. Evidently, they are indeed going to have a little party for me here on my birthday proper on Thursday. So I've got to let some family people know if they want to come by. That's when it's happening. There'll be a cake and such. So what else beyond that? Well, I mentioned NHK. One of the things that's I've really enjoyed the past few days is I've been watching a lot of NHK because my friend Laura a year or two ago gave me one of those what they call a Fire Stick, an Amazon Fire Stick, and you put it in the back of your TV, and you can access all these different channels. Um, some of them you have to pay for, but I don't do that. I just look at the free ones. And one of the things that's free is NHK World, which is 24 hours, 24/7 from Japan, but in English. Sometimes spoken in English, mostly spoken in English, sometimes subtitled in English. More often than not, a combination of both. So I find I really am totally enamored with that channel because I do love the Japanese lifestyle, observing it. For all its flaws, I mean, every culture has its flaws, but it's fascinating. One of the things I love, like when you watch their news, it'll be here's this thing going on with this country and that country, and the prime minister of this and prime minister of that, and blah 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 blah. And then it'll show like a minute of deer or blossoming trees or a mountain. And they do that on the channel as a whole. That's part of what I find so engaging is one of the things they do, like our shows are strictly, TV here is usually formatted either with commercials, a half hour or an hour. Not so there. There are bits that are 12 minutes, 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe close to a half hour, but none of the stuff on NHK is interrupted by commercials. They will have little things in between saying, this is coming on or that. But a lot of times, if they have, say, your 3 minutes between two things, they'll just show you like they'll go round a mountain with some light music in the background, or they'll show you animals at play, or people walking down streets. And I love the sort of when you leave the channel on just behind you as a background, as a wallpaper, it has a sort of tranquil effect. And if you have a Fire Stick, and they're not expensive, I think they're like $15-20, something like that. I know they go up from there, but you just need the basics, the free stuff. And they, by the way, they also have free channels from Italy, France, all over the place. Um, but I just love seeing this stuff. You might find it very relaxing if you are looking for such things. I cannot place a price upon tranquility. If you can calm down, be more at peace, I think that's one of the best things for your health. Because also when I'm here and I look at the news here and all of that, this is like crazy time country currently. Um, and that's one thing I want to say to people. I don't say this to be preachy or I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. You matter. Remember that. Remember, you hear all these people saying how important they are, and this thing's important, and that, and the stock market, and the money, and the this, and the that. You and your life are important. Don't ever lose sight of that. You matter. Your day matters. Try and have your day be the best day you can be. I know you might have a grueling work schedule, and I understand that. But take moments, find moments. So there's a big difference between living and existing. Remember that. But anyway, I think I have talked enough for today. I love you all. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.